The green building on the corner of Potter Avenue and South St. Clair Street in Milwaukee's Bayview neighborhood stands the test of time on many levels. It's considered to be Milwaukee's second oldest bar, dating back to 1873. As Michael Schlesinger shows us, patron loyalty remains unbreakable all these years later.
Started as a hobby, it's kind of like turned into a little bit of an obsession. My wife would probably say the same.
Puddler's Hall owner Casey Foltz has run his Bayview bar for 5 years now. This is not just any bar either. It's one steeped with a lot of stories dating back to the 1870s.
One of the reasons that I got involved here was the history of it. A lot of the early labor movement was centered around here, and the push for an 8-hour workday. That history, is still seen here. We've got the signs up on the wall that say 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for what you will.
Yeah.
We like to think 8 hours for Puddler's Hall. But,
Very good, yes.
Puddler's originally started out as a union hall for iron workers, including the puddlers who manufacture the iron itself. The establishment was even part of a deadly confrontation in 1886 between labor workers and the state's National Guard called the Bayview Tragedy. 7 people lost their lives.
What Bayview was built upon, the steel rolling mills that were just in the distance. People could smell the smoke back then, and they'd come in here after work and have a nice beer or two and have fun with their friends.
Bar patron Kyle Cummers reflects on the significance of what this landmark means and what it'll continue to mean, at least to him.
Still standing, and it's thanks to people from Bayview that want to keep seeing it going, and people like Casey that want to keep it running and make it as better and better as it can be.
I'm told it took about a decade for the location to turn into a tavern. At one point, only Pabst products were sold here until the Prohibition in the 1920s. Then it became a dance hall for many decades. The name also changed several times over the years and then renamed Puddler's Hall in 2002.
Have you found something interesting that you stumbled upon here that you didn't know?
Yeah, so early on I was told that there were tunnels between bars during Prohibition.
Yeah.
There is a spot in the basement where there's some new brickwork and stuff that looks like it would have been a closed-off tunnel. I haven't taken a sledgehammer to it to find out, but maybe someday.
You might release the spirits. Don't do that. So no ghosts here at all?
We've got a couple of apartment units that are attached to the building, and I've heard complaints from tenants about ghosts, but I've never seen or heard them myself.
Got to exercise the spirits.
For the current owner, he continuously emphasizes this place is much more than a local watering hole.
Community. I think a lot of our customers meet here and socialize. This is different than a college bar. The people aren't coming in here to get wasted just on a Friday night. They're coming in after work to have a couple of drinks and meet up with their friends and maybe play some ping pong or some cribbage.
Just the same, it's been many things to many people.
Baptisms here to, we've had weddings and wedding receptions, we've had 40th birthday parties, and we've had some memorials and funeral type services here as well.
Foltz, meantime, wants many more memories to be made, and he has his own future vision as well.
Dreams for what I would do, hopefully they're more than daydreams and come to reality at some point. I'd definitely like to improve upon my kitchen at some point. I'd like to have a little better beer garden and stuff, so I've got some thoughts around that. Everything takes time, and since I do have a day job, it can be a struggle sometimes to find the time to do everything.
But something effortless for anyone who steps through the front door appears to be customer satisfaction. Not just now, but hopefully for at least another century and a half to come.
You can't stay away from Puddler's Hall too long.
For another look at today's stories and those from previous episodes, log on to our website, cbs58.com/Sunday Morning.